De repente... Se ve un perro bastante moviéndose.
Colta.
¿Para dónde está? ¡Lisa! ¡Lisa! ¡Sí! Encontré a ella Musk. Me das un tela.
En la mosca. Me da un tela.
Tesla.
Ay.
No me ve nada, perro.
Decir que le dé un huevi guapo.
No, no tiene huevos.
Ah. Sos un tarado, Lucio.
Vos.
No, jaja, saludo. ¿Quién pingas y Jax? No,
Lisa,
no.
esta es rapidófila. Lisa, tengo 11 años.
Ya, re violada. Lo re violada mentalmente, boludo. Sí, sí, sí. Mirá cómo me chupan huevo, dice la Lisa. Bien, 100 protogemas, boludo. Gané 100.000 protogemas. Se re zarpada con los gachas, ¿viste?
A mí me falta un gacho porque ya tengo 10.
Cazadores Rebeldes, un juego clásico que se ha jugado en Monster durante las generaciones, ya está disponible. Los jugadores se dividen en dos facciones, los rebeldes, miembros de la resistencia, y el cazador de la aristocracia,
¿La guardo? Ah, la guardo, la coca.
que compiten en una zona disputada. El cazador tiene que atrapar a todos los rebeldes y estos tienen que esconderse y desplazarse para esquivar al cazador hasta que termine el tiempo de peligro. Al participar conseguirás las monedas, o sea que es como un esconderte hide and seek, boludo. Ir al juego. Algo así, pero no sé si te podrás esconder así como en China. La tira esa.
¿Cómo se escondían en Chile, viste? Se metían adentro de un techo de basura.
Los animales, boludo, se tienen que re esconder. No la cuentan más. Hello, my name is Ella Musk and I am your girlfriend. Yeah.
Nadie, cuando vas a la escuela privada y juegan a las escondidas. Che, no vale perro guardián. Los chavales.
Sí, boludo, el perrito guardián es re trolo.
Sí, bueno. Pero era más troll el que se escondía atrás del lugar donde contaba, boludo.
Actualmente, la calidad de conexión a internet no es suficientemente buena para compartir una transmisión durante una partida, durante una transmisión. ¿Pero esto es online?
Trae una partida de una transmisión de una partida de una transmisión. ¿Cómo salgo de acá? ¿Cómo salgo de la biblioteca, amigo? Ah, por la salida. No me deja salir.
Pero a mí no me gustaría que este juego se perdiera, así que ajusté un poco sus reglas, añadí varios mapas. ¿Esto es online? Amigo, se ve re facha. Sí, boludo, es como un prop hunt. Al toque, rey.
¿Ese juego lo tenéis en disco o descargado así?
Está en el Genshin, boludo.
Ah, está en el Genshin.
Creo que estoy hablando demasiado. ¿Por qué no lo pruebas tú misma? Puedo jugar una partida boliviano de mierda.
¿Qué? Ah, jugando tío.
Ah, no puedo acceder, boludo, porque tengo que hacer la misión esta de mierda. Ah.
Pero no podés salir del dominio.
Boludo, no es dominio, no es misión. Tipo, directamente me pone para entrar en modo jugador tienes que terminar esta misión y me rasca.
¿Cómo andas, Lisa?
Eh,
Vine con vos.
Re pedófilo, ¿viste?
¿Qué pasaba, chavo?
Tormenta de
¿Qué pasa, Lisa? ¿Qué
facha.
estás haciendo? ¿Qué haces comprando joyitas?
Don't blink. Hey!
¿Va a venir el gas?
El chico del gas te la va a poner, Lucio.
pide que rompan la puerta, si es necesario.
Metían gas en toda la puerta, la prendían fuego.
¿Qué hay?
No, amigo, estoy hablando con, no sé, Victoria. Ah, Red Troll.
No, si esto se escucha... A ver, toca la puerta. ¿Se escucha?
El volumen de ahí, tú con auricular.
¿Cómo? Mami, solo tengo 2 orejas, no tengo una.
Te pego una
No,
peña,
me
pendejo.
siento re raro usando una oreja. Lupe, ¿te vas también?
Ok.
Lupe, no te vayas. No te vayas, Lupe, no. Ah, te fuiste cuidado, negro. Nunca me voy yo. Oh, Lupe, te quedaste. Lupe, deja de oler el piso, sucia. Huele el piso, lame el piso. Está limpiado.
Me sirve, pin.
Tiene el feminismo en sus venas.
Hoy tengo que salir de esta misión sí o sí.
Sí.
¿Escuchaste, Lucio Fernández, 40º? Más te vale, porque te pego una piña, te desencajeto toda la mandíbula.
Un trabajo problemático. Para que casi ni habla. Una diabla, pum. Ya se puso minifalda. ¿Viste el meme ese de cerrado?
Cerrar el orto. ¡Ah!
Qué bonita que sos, Lupe. Tenés cara de XD.
Nadie pide de nada, pubertad. Tienen cara de XD.
Del pibe que le pegan en la casa. Tú tienes cara de XD.
What the fuck? El pibe estaba tan borracho que dijo que pensó que yo era su esposa, boludo. Terrible pibe.
Lupe, pareces un gato. Yeah, Lupe, sos un gato. Lupe, sos un gato. Pero la sos una diabla, pum. Ella puso mi falda.
Sabes que esto va a ir para YouTube, ¿no?
Sepa, me voy a hacer viral. Como mi estrella de la magnitud del virgo. Una magnitud. No, Lupe. No vengas a hacerte la inocente, porque yo sé bien lo que hiciste. Vos ayer visitaste al tío Pedro.
No. Ya.
Amigo, ¿qué hago subida de un árbol, boludo?
Nadie, el pibe con el...
Me siento con la lisa, boludo.
Nadie, el pibe después de tomar la pastilla de la esquizofrenia.
Un trabajo problemático. Siéntate con Lisa a comer. ¿Qué onda, Lisa? ¿Cómo andás? ¿No vamos a comer? No, comí con la Lisa. Un poco más, ya me la culé.
Ah, bueno, pasa a ver.
Vamos con Lizami. No, fue al Pedro que te tiraste. Te tiraste en la luz.
Terrible pedo te tiraste, boludo. Ah, te da pedo.
Caca, pero culo fin.
Ya.
Y podemos decir palabrotas porque la seña se fue. Es verdad. Caca, culo, pedo, pis. Caca, culo, pis. Caca, culo, pedo, pis.
Boludo, ni que la Lupe te estuviera haciendo cosquillas. Ni que la Lupe te estuviera haciendo cosquillas, boludo.
Es que soy yo soy tipo especial.
Ok, este encargo es bastante original. Y bastante.
Comer una zona de pets.
Súper original, boludo.
Lupe, yo te sé.
Qué horrible pedo se tiraba, ¿viste?
Me tiré un pedo. Ay, era mi Lupe. La Lupe me la vio. Lupe, me arruinas la cara, no ves. Ahora se está lamiendo la concha.
De mar, obviamente.
Eso también se lame la concha.
De mar, obviamente. So. Tienes que ir a ver a un doctor, boludo.
Lupe, tengo que ir a ver un doctor. Pero no, ¿qué me haces? No, no, deja de morderme.
Quiere que te vayas, boludo, no te das cuenta.
¿Cómo que quieres que me vaya? No. Dime, ¿qué requiere?
Speed of light. Let the wind lead.
Es muy bonito.
Vos sos- No es que ella sea bonita, es que vos sos gay.
Triste.
Troste se dice, boludo.
¿Por qué, amigo?
Huevi guapo. Top 10 palabras para derrotar a villanos. Tremendo ronquido, boludo. Get on.
Muy guapo. Muy guapo.
Huevo guavi.
Cut to the chase. Don't flinch.
¿Qué dice con esa cara?
Amp it up. Power core. By royal Barbados. Got this. Go as planned. Speed of With sword comes shadow. Wings of darkness. Come, sever night. Go as planned. I swear by my sword.
Y me dice papi. Y me dice papi.
¿Quién te va a decir papi a vos, gordo?
Y me dice papi.
Papu. Meme de Cars.
Luz, ¿qué te diste cuenta, boluda? Salgo en la tele. Claro, sí.
Ah, bueno, para saber.
¿Qué sabías que una persona con Down es más inteligente que una persona con Down?
Incoming.
Porque entre Down se apoyan para que acabe esta maldita hipocresía.
Sí, bueno, ¿quién tiene hambre? Ya. Pero en todo caso vos serías el más downpeado.
No.
Oz, reveal thyself. Nowhere to hide. Speak hey. Feel the beat.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Incoming. Go as planned. Time to rock. Don't blink. Hey.
No creo que te vaya bien porque a vos te da lag.
Wait, hear me. Cut to the chase. Go as planned. By royal decree. Incoming. Don't blink. Go as planned. Nowhere to hide. Incoming.
El Clash Royale.
Go as planned.
Piñón fijo, boludo. Guapo, Webby. Estuve probando a jugar con teclado algunos juegos. Estoy queriendo practicar un poco.
Ojalá
No,
tener una...
I summon thee.
muere fan de YOLO. El agujero negro que te chupa hasta el fondo del mar. Nadie periodistas. ¿Quién era el tarado que se estaba quemando ahí recién?
Shadow Raven, let night fall. Barbados, with sword comes shadow. Don't blink.
Pensé que iba a morir ya. Deja eso ya. No es pregunta, es aviso. A ver, ¿me toca algo bueno? Nah, ni un cáncer pelado. $126. Técnicamente tendría que tocar algo poco. ¿A qué andas jugando, boludo?
La broja, la broja.
Ah, con razón.
Amigo, se la rifa.
No puedo jugar el desafío este por permisión de mierda.
Me siento re tosco, boludo.
Es que te hace sentir re tosco el Brawl. Brawl, jálame la jala con panela. Ah, cierto. Vamos a conseguir a fácil. No sé por qué pegarle a un gato cuenta como pegarle a un boss, boludo. A un, digo, un... Tírame a los personajes, gato. GG. Se terminan rebardeando al final, boludo. Típico de Brawlhalla.
Yo he guardado a todo el mundo, todos los personajes me los
XD. Gato inmortal. El gato de los cojones.
Add a
20, 140. ¿Dónde está este? El cubo este de aire. Acá no está ni en pedo. Acá está, ¿qué hace acá el cubo? ¿Qué le pasó a ese perro, boludo?
Va, mierda. Sí, la concha, boludo.
¿Qué tirá, peruano? ¿Por qué hay tantos acá?
begins.
The hunt begins. Your mom's in might be... No dije nada. No. Ahora sí, ven aquí, maldito cubo de los cojones. Hipostasis anemo. No, me chupa, me tira, no. Ah, mira, me quité una banda de vida ahora que lo pienso.
Gracias, Pluto, acá.
Don't look. Cut to the chase. Speed up.
Contra una bala.
Don't look. Think you can bully me? Speed up. With sword comes shadow.
No puedo, estoy chiquito. No, sos retroll.
Don't blink.
Con esto la curo a la Diona.
Can't handle your dream. Huh. Choo.
No. Me había olvidado que si no agarraba todo eso me hacía verga.
Shake it and stir it. Speed.
No, a mí me gustó porque se me
¿Qué tenía? ¿Qué tenía que ver que la use dos mismos de ese, viste?
Incoming. Hey. Think you can bully me? Don't blink. Cut to the chase.
¿Puede Chem Spam?
Sketch. By royal decree. Speed up. Texas.
No, no, me chupa, no, me tira, no. No. Willy Rex fuera de contexto.
Incoming. comes Shadow.
Acaso, amigo.
Look at you, Boozehound.
Yumiko. Ya, re Dios.
Don't blink. Amp it up. Power core. I'm a rock.
La Diona dice, I'm a rockstar.
Incoming.
Kiku. Yo salgo a la calle por un segundo. El noticiero, tormenta de facha.
Don't blink. Scratch. Pyrotechnics. Cut to the chase. Speed of light.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Scratch. Incoming. Speed of pace. Sayonara special. Nowhere to hide. Don't blink.
No, amigo, me hizo verga.
Sketch. Power core. Speed of light. Sketch.
No, todavía no.
Incoming. Speed of light. Incoming.
No, me lo mata. Me lo mató.
Speed of pace. Sketch.
Bueno, voy a dejar de jugar un ratito. Y me voy a ir al Genshin.
Yo lo estoy tratando de subir más al... Tratar de conseguir cosas para mejorarlo porque la verdad que no puedo con eso, boludo. Esa misión, boludo.
Yo te diría que apretes Alt F4.
Tarde.
Reinicia tu partido y bueno.
Encima tengo el teclado y el mouse acá, boludo. No lo puedo usar en el Genshin. Troste.
Bueno, reinicia tu partido.
Ni un brillo, pelado. Ah, me falta uno. A ver, una misión que me dé esto me va innovando. Encontraste un extraño colmillo en espina dragón, tal vez... ya. Voy a hacer esta misión que después se va a terminar.
La tuya que se me abre, hijo de perra.
Ni un brillo, pelado. Ey, Valencia, saca lo del clan al maldito botcito ese. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? Decirlo más fuerte, no te escucho. Lo revolví.
Verga.
Amigo, me encanta hacer truco con el cuchillo. Cuando sea grande me voy a comprar un cuchillo mariposa. Tipo cuando me pueda pagar cosas por mí mismo. Que capaz que sea dentro de poco.
Una Ballison.
No, gracias, no quiero estar en una balacera.
Se la rejuegan. Bueno, los que tienen cosas. Filos. Porque hay unos que no tienen filo y son así de plástico.
Sí, boludo. Las que tienen filo son más emocionantes. Así te quedan las cosas, ¿cómo se llaman? Las heridas ahí, la marca de que te violaron.
Ah, children, come, come.
Cum,
You
cum.
arrived at just the right moment.
Just
I've
the
been
right
looking for
moment.
you.
Tienen así
Oh, what is it, Granny?
destapador
Need
de
any
botellas
help?
de cerveza.
Oh no.
Boludo.
You've done so much for
Imagínate
me.
hacerte eso,
In
pero con el
fact,
dedo,
my
boludo,
friends and
destapar.
I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of
XD.
gift
A gift?
Boludo, imagínate hacerlo del destapador de cerveza, boludo, pero con el dedo.
¿Cómo qué?
Con el dedo.
Te rompes el dedo, boludo.
Oh,
Colta.
child, you are so very modest, uncommonly
Con
so
la uña te
even.
saca la uña.
But you mustn't. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often. That simply won't do. Especially, fortunately, I have not yet grown so old that. Oh, I will. The teapot that you entered previous.
Literalmente, boludo.
Eyes of an adeptus creating
Hablar mucho y la comida de emergencia del juego.
Indeed, the teapot.
Reclamar,
But that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift that I have prepared for you just requires a few.
That's right. Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
Oh, settle
Ah, me duele.
down, children. There's no. What's more, well,
119.
for starters, I require some shimmer. You would have to dig.
Dale.
Almost no one has been even more difficult.
Dale,
to
vieja,
find in
por
any
favor,
case.
te lo pido.
Ragged-
Madame Pink va con
Knows
Pink, la
if
vieja.
child will succeed in-
Well, since you're an adeptus, Granny,
Y haciendo misiones, explorando el mundo, pegándole a niñas como
Does
Paimon.
count as an adeptus.
Aunque Paimon no sé si es una niña o es tremendo extraterrestre, boludo. Colta.
she counts? How come there are so many adepti in Liyue Harbor?
Paimon es una comida de emergencia limitada.
Even when you go out to eat,
Solo hay uno en todo el mundo.
I'm back, Granny.
No, esta es la misión de esta. Del nuevo personaje. El de la tetera. No.
Allow me to do the honors. This
Mierda,
child here
estoy
is Yenfei. Yenfei?
haciendo magia con
I
el
believe
cuchillo.
you've already heard of the travel.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's record. You became one of Liyue's most
Ojalá, estoy
after the
practicando con un
removal marked
cuchillo
you as a
normal, tarado.
suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension.
Ah, pero pajero, ese
After
no
which,
tiene las dos
you
cosas.
fought off the Millilith
Ah,
at
pero me
Geonosis
lastimé.
in contact with the Fatui.
Eso podría ser una considerada spin.
Before finally defeating
Una
the
pinta de
ancient
lápiz,
gods
boludo.
with Granny and her associates, and subsequent. A shame that we didn't meet sooner.
Que se deja meter un cuchillo mariposa en el que sea clavada de punta, te perfora la mano.
Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me.
No, esta se trata de problemas legales. No me interesa una verga.
Here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address.
Tiene algo en la
Keep it
mano.
handy. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
All right, Yenfei, all right. Let's get to the. You'll have to
Dale, dale,
excuse
dale,
me.
por favor, vieja, vieja, dale, por favor, mételo,
And once
bullshit.
I was all grown up,
Well, that's a big...
well, my dad.
Dale,
Anyway,
dale, 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 mucho texto.
Yanfei,
I know, Granny, you've told me.
Dale, 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 te voy a pegar una piña, Paimon, cállate.
Crossel. A Snezhnaya, and he mentioned that, so I guess I'll go look for him. Oh, you
Al fin. ¿Quién es Cross? Este seguro viene de la película Trolls. Empiece a perrear. Dale, Luzo, perrea. Ya sos grande, Luzo. Mira el pibe este.
Hello, Mr. Crossel. How's business been?
Ah, la montaña esa de hielo que me decía el otro boludo de Agu. La descubrí hace poco, boludo, eso es nuevo.
Thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here today?
¿Viste que el Agu decía que había una montaña de hielo,
You're
que
too
había algún
kind.
hielo que no
I
se
was
podía
simply
derretir?
doing my job. Now, I believe that the last.
Well, yes. As a matter of fact, in the end, I did.
Bueno,
acquire
cuestión
a
de que eso
small
es algo
piece of
nuevo.
Smaragdus jade. Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize. I've already rented them out to a lady named Chiao.
Wait, isn't Smaragdus jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Chiao before renting. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, in return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Miss Chiao.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear indeed.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need to ensure fairness.
In that case, might you know where Miss Chiao lives? We'd like to pay her a visit and have a look at the hairpins.
Oh, of course. She wrote her address.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossel. We'll be off now.
Ah, bueno, para saber. No, me caí. Entrada épica.
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me.
How do you do, Miss Chiao? We understand from Mr. Crossel that my associates and I are very interested.
The hairpins. I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value... My family is in the ore business too. But business has been suffering ever since we now have a backlog of paid-up orders, just a big banquet. That's what But now that I've...
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong...
Would you really? I sent...
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Miss Chiao.
Huh? Well, I mean, sure, I have it right here. Here you are.
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? True. Though surely there must be a win-win solution.
Cállate,
I
Paimon.
finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossel the original. Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account. And given the rarity of Smaragdus jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation...
Even higher. Oh, no.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Chiao looks like she's a...
However, All of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid into.
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are... Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins.
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the jadeite is genuine, would there?
Please. Please, however much it is, now that it's come to this.
Yes, legally speaking. So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow.
What did I feel? My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so I'm...
Smooth. No, it's nothing.
Ay, que rompe esta pía.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Jiqiao and... You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how
I'm sorry. Truly I am. I'll pay the compensation.
Mora? Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that smaragdus jadeite? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that...
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. It was in fact genuine smaragdus jadeite.
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
Alright, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please wait.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last...
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something... It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can...
Podamos sentarnos. ¿Por qué no te sentas en el pastel? Colta.
Join the Adventurers Guild. What are you
What are you staring at?
Miss Yanfei, what is this about? Are you...
No. What I wanted to talk about is... There is a chance that the Orin laid on those hairpins may not...
What do you mean?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but smaragdus jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel...
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were... If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the smaragdus jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. And then he'd throw the smaragdus jadeite into the sea the moment we were... After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
so vivid that Paimon thinks it might be
Voy a pegar una piña a Paimon, boludo. Le voy a volver un paquete de entrega.
Force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have
¿Qué te
far
reí?
more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss Yunfei.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, could I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't... It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yunfei.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
This contract has so many pages.
Se le secaron los sesos.
Alright, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let...
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be... I don't believe you have been part of an investigation.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask.
Because, as it happens, I'm whether he actually made it into an item of truth also. The idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... where can we find someone... Ah, I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. If Mr. Crossell had his ore worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have been his first choice.
Precious curios.
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh! Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one...
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnine merchant named Crossell enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnine merchant named Crossell, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any...
They're right over there, in fact.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are... Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though...
A thin layer of separate...
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite is an entirely ordinary ore.
Is that so? Well, we might as well give elements... So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait,
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an and...
All right, let's...
But...
Unusual actions have unusual...
Try your luck betting on jade? Miss Yenfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire,
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store...
yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact,
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and the stuff...
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the,
Yes, I see. Forgive me for...
I wouldn't say there's been an incident. Just a minor issue.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell won't dare try.
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more compelling. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Nope. Aha! Got it! Singsi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith.
Well, that was quick.
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. But the amendments are as such, legal advisors like myself.
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say?
Yes, well...
Sí, Paimon.
You sound surprised.
Sí, cállate la boca.
Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus.
Amigo, cada palabra que dicen tengo que olvidar algo. Si dicen una palabra más voy a olvidar a mis padres.
Quítense, monstruos de mierda. Déjenme planear.
Oh, Miss Yenfei, it's you. Has something happened? Did the client
have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. I'm just here to ask you a few questions. Has a merchant by the name of Crossell asked you to put him in contact?
Crossell? Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no? The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. Eventually, I found an older jewelsmith who... This order was on hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is...
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Singsi, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossell commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or...
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite high, so we had to put this transaction on record with the Ministry of Civil. Mr. Crossell wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedures. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself.
La puta madre.
It's called Smaragdus Jadeite Twin Phoenix Pins. The inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus Jadeite. The document even had...
Thank you, Singsi. Now, could you let me borrow this document?
Sure. It isn't serving much purpose here anyway.
Nothing you need to worry about. Just a minor issue. I'll return your document as soon as...
Why is everyone's first reaction always to
I believe we have almost all the weirdo... Because once we have this...
Así que vamos ahí con la cabra. Yo, gabba, gabba, yo, gabba, gabba, in your cama. Okay. Pasa, boludo, ¿viste? Pasa que pasa.
Lo toqué.
¿Quién es este?
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for... And if it isn't Miss Yenfei as well. Now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffective...
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're from...
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it in the Seven Mountain Treaty. It is abundant in I suppose
That is indeed.
no trouble, but
That's it. That's is indeed. That's is indeed. That's is indeed. ¿Qué dijiste de mi vieja?
Bye, you guys. It's weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was reaching for something?
Le tocaba algo legendario, ¿viste? Le tocaba a Diluc.
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossell.
Diluc no es de la historia.
Pedir 10 deseos.
Nadie cuando comprabas el cohete que te salía 100 deseos.
Hay un morado. Okay.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you...
Of course. Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow 10...
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely...
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid within the Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you're...
Material evidence? What material evidence? I spent a huge sum to obtain that smaragdus jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is...
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please produce them. If we want to determine whether the ore is genuine, if we want to determine what this is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between smaragdus jadeite and smaragdus nephrite. How did... In any case...
That's an
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to...
Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince...
Hard evidence. Something legally binding. We have just the thing.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is the Ministry's seal, after all. It shows that the ore inlaid on the pins is in...
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either. And this...
You know...
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shows...
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't revealed yet.
No te pregunté, piba,
Traveler,
cállate.
would you do the honors? This shall serve as decisive proof of our case. Smaragdus jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with smaragdus jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and... Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar...
I had no idea.
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of... However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient, considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure... I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation.
What? Wait!
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear, Mr. Crossell. But if you...
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't actually
inlaid with... You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Ms. Sir Chow 10 times the original price in Mora? Mr. Crossell?
Can't be seriously
I admit it. I confess. The ore But I'm a victim in all of this, too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of smaragdus jadeite, in the hopes of turning it into a piece of jewelry that would fetch a fine... But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I couldn't sleep a wink or eat. I went to Google Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from smaragdus nephrite. I kept the real smaragdus jadeite in a specially made box. I daren't touch it again. I was worried that someone would see through it. which is why I only dared to rent them.
Exactly. If they weren't the real deal.
I didn't want. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins.
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing.
10 times.
Croso looks like he could faint any second.
Esa Pepe, la rebro.
20%. That's as much as I spent.
Even if the... However, Mr.
What?
Miss Yenfei.
Well,
What?
Thanks so much for your help.
Oh, come on.
Dale, dale, me voy a pegar un tiro si siguen hablando,
It
boludo.
seems that my client has no further claims.
Is that so? That's good. That's good.
¿Qué?
Actually, I
¿Qué?
if we could join...
¿Qué tiene? ¿Por qué?
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus Jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
A ver, ya vuelvo. Bueno, asunto resuelto. Sí, sí, dale, deja de romper los huevos, por favor, te lo pido.
The right solution to the objective of my client, Mr. Benedicta. Liyue Harbor is
De
not
nada,
a city ruled by
de nada.
the title
Ya,
of
tira
the
eso.
In any case, don't
Claro.
you think that the Liyue...
Mira, se conectó a Coso.
Well, since we got what we came for...
Invítalo a Nashi. Sí o sí, invítalo. Invítalo.
Te voy a pegar una piña, boludo.
Le pido... No, invítalo.
Pedile disculpas. Ya.
Bueno, le pido disculpas y lo invito.
En el nombre del pelotudo, del amigo que tengo acá al lado.
Star Conch? What else do I need to create the most dreadfully disgusting cocktail?
Oh, what the fuck, añadimos los dos, boludo.
¿Cómo que añadimos los dos? A mí no me sale que añadiste. Sos un fraude, boludo. ¿Por qué esto va hacia la nada?
Don't blink.
¿Qué onda, viejita? ¿Todo piola? ¿Cómo va el ping?
Ah, you've returned. How did it go? Good.
Well, if we're all set...
Oh, you...
I'm off then. Bye. Oh, yes, Traveler. Make sure you... I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me.
Come now.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly... Yanfei. Liyue...
Dale, por favor, abuelita, te voy a pegar un tiro. ¿Vas con laja, abuela?
There we go. Hold it. Take these blueprints with you as well.
Wait a minute, Granny.
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little help.
¿Desbloqueé la tetera? Relajatera. Relojera.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Tengo que apretar el X y el coso, boludo. Re rancio el juego. No puedo, boludo, no puedo.
Che, un segundo.
Ah, bueno, pues a ver.
Ah, no, hay su núcleo.
¿Y ahora cómo se usa esta tetera mágica?
Perdón. Gracias, perdón.
Tuve en bicicleta y tiraron piedras al portón.
Ah, quebrarle una piedra.
Tranquiles, para darte, ¿qué es eso de Play and Phone que me dijiste en tu mensaje de WhatsApp? No sé bien, yo tengo
Te van a regalar cosas, boludo. Cosas para diferentes juegos. También.